Okay, the spoilers of this chapter made it seem like it was better than I actually thought it would be, but no, it wasn't exactly that 100% amazing, but it wasn't necessarily bad either. However, what I really thought would happen in this chapter didn't happen on an emotional impact. I had to reread it about 3 times or so before I finally could get even a hint of everything about it. But in the end, though, it's still something that is missing. I don't know what that is, though. Yes, this is the One Piece chapter 899, and for some strange reason, we are apparently not getting a break next week. I thought for sure we would. I mean, it would be the perfect time. 899, just one more for 900. That would be the perfect troll, break. But no, seems we're gonna get a break after 900 chapters. Huh. Well, if it weren't for the fact that I no longer think that chapter 900 is going to be some kind of special thing, I would have wanted to present us with something special. But in this chapter, first of all, the cover page, we now see the cook, a very ugly and fatty giant called Goldberry. I think he was mentioned also in the flashback a long time ago. He is the cook, and for some strange reason he has a shield that has a face on it. But I know for a fact that's not a homie, that's just his thing. And he has a, mace. These are the 4 giants of the new giant warrior tribe Harris. Either way, Montour calls Peros, who has finally begun to, suffer a little bit from his injuries. It was about damn time! I refuse to admit that someone from the Charlotte family can be that strong. Katakuri should be the only exception. Either way, so he mentions that Chiffon and Beige had dropped off the cake at the Puffs Island. So with that, the cake is finally there, and Big Mom is finally gonna eat it. And Peros mentions 3 different possibilities. It's 1, if it's poisoned, then Mama will die from being poisoned, which, by the way, I think should not make sense. After all, this is the same woman who has apparently eaten gunpowder and still could be completely fine. But then again, I guess we should pull out the logic that Big Mom is currently crazy, therefore her immune system is badly done, because it is actually scientific proof that if you're not aware of some things, your mind takes more damage to that, or something like that. The second possibility is that the poison won't work, but that the cake will taste bad, and therefore Mama will not be cured of her current illness, and she will still destroy the country. And the third possibility, which Peros of course do not think will happen, is the fact that the poison won't work and the cake will be delicious, and therefore everyone will survive and everything will be great. If you ask me, I wish the other 2 possibilities were possibilities, so that Big Mom can finally destroy Totland and just die already, because she's pissing me off beyond belief. However, I believe, and we all believe, that this cake really will be delicious, to the point that she will be cured of this. Either way, turns out during all this skimmage, somehow, and I'm saying somehow because last we saw them, they had tea with the Big Mom pirates, so I don't have no idea how they managed to sneak off like that. But then again, Stussy is an undercover CP0 agent, and they were assassins, so I guess in the end she just sneaked away like an assassin, and somehow grabbed Morgans with her, because Morgans and them have apparently left the islands, and Montour do not want them to escape, because after all, these 2 know what really happened on the island, and Montour actually is pretty strange, well, not strange, but it's actually pretty poetic that the Charlotte family are currently acting a lot like the Marines. I mean, they do not want the truth to come out. They're keeping a secret, almost like this. I've said it before, Totaland is not a utopia, it's a dystopia. It's just that the people are living in a utopia because you have just to sacrifice some things in order to live happy. But the thing is, that's just it. There's no such thing as a utopia where you have to sacrifice something to be happy. That is a dystopia. And the biggest example of this, again, is the fact that Montour wants to prevent them from leaking the information from the outside. Meaning that Totaland is sealing itself away from the world's problems. And don't get me wrong, I wanted to live in a country like that all the time because I hate real life. I want to live in a world where we could just isolate ourselves from the news of reality all the time, but that meant also to discard some things that you like. So it's kind of grow disgusting, yes, how much Totoland's authority are just like the world government, preventing the truth from everything. But now that Morgans have escaped, it's a very possibility that he's gonna see what has happened and heard what has happened. Wouldn't it be fun if it turns out that he comes up to the Vinsmokes and, well, nah, let's not say that, because after all, Sanji is not gonna get a badass moment. I know that for a fact now. Either way, the Peanut Island is completely destroyed, and the people are in disbelief. They are strangely enough saying that even though they're giving their lifespan to a Jonko, the queen is destroying the country. I mean, people. Seriously? Yes, how stupid are you? Do you really think someone like Big Mom would possibly care for the safety of her citizens? Granted, Whitebeard was an exception, but I still cannot see how people are stupid enough to want to come under her. But the thing is, I think I answered my own question. It's not that they're stupid enough, it's that they are desperate enough. As Yonko's power is no joke. Therefore, if you want to live alone and in peace, of course you would sacrifice a lot just to live under a Yonko's rule, even if that would be tyranny. So, in a way, I understand the citizens' desperation, but I still think it's pathetic. So, either way, they're also saying that Pori Pori Island, the Beans Island, which was commanded by, Daifuku, also wonders how about the cake. We see Cuddly Island at Table Town, we're wondering was drooling over. We see an Ice Island, which is apparently an ice cream island. And we see the Puffs Island, where a lot of citizens are wondering why break the cake to us. And of course we don't know how. But Chiffon strongly believes that Bama will eat this cake and will be satisfied, because after all, Kuroshi Sanji's cooking surpasses the head chef. With that, Beige grabs Chiffon and runs away, and Tsundere says, I won't forgive them if they die. With that, Big Mom is finally in front of the cake. Now is the question though, will she eat it? I mean, the Vinsmokes are not there, so I see no one to destroy the cake. But maybe, just maybe, finally the cake chasing saga is over. I mean, I'm talking about anything. Either way, Luffy has reached the Sunny, and he wakes up and all happy to see them. But it seems that Sanji is not bothered that he was shot. Unfortunately, for some strange reason, Smoothie has caught up to them. And but Judge also caught up to them and begins to attack the fleet as well, while their focus is to ignore them. Father and son, although they hate each other, glare at each other. And we see Judge, he has actually recovered from the Big Mom's attack, but now he wears bandages over his head and his eye. Once again, Oda, you are trolling us. You are making us sure that we will not see what kind of curly eyebrow the Judge has, if he has any. And then he just, even though he has said that and that, Judge just cannot help by getting the final laughter in all of this, as he actually begins to criticize the Straw Hat Luffy about all the while mocking Sanji by saying, you basically entered the Yonko territory just to save a single person. Sanji is a Germa's failure. He cannot use his skin as a shield. He cooks, he doesn't have royal pedigree, and he has useless emotions, so is unfit to be a soldier. So he's a good for nothing. And Luffy, being Luffy, he just says, yeah, see ya, thanks for the help. And Luffy just says to Sanji, that's surprising, he was listing all the things good about him. And he wasn't listing anything good about Sanji. It's just, however, I think I know why Luffy think he meant it was listing all the good things. It's the fact that when it says he can't use his skin as a shield, Luffy translated that fact that Sanji doesn't doesn't sacrifice his life for just that things. He protects others. When he says all he does is cooks, he doesn't have a shred of royal pride. Luffy hates royal pride, and he can cook, and he loves his cooking. So therefore, I think he reacted that. And also, he put his life in danger in order to protect a weakling, all because of his useless emotions. That's one more thing that proves it. Sanji is just the exact same world. Sanji protects those that are weaker than him. He protects his friends, and because he has these so-called useless emotions. And he's unfit to be a soldier because, well, he is his chef, he's his crew member. So that is why Luffy saw all the good things. But it seems that even he realizes that Vince smokes are douches. But however, they are then suddenly swarmed by the ships, which I do not like, and they all plot about being bullied, as Daifuku summoned his genie, which Sanji managed to block. And here is the thing I actually got very angry about. It is said that Sanji warded him off, but all he did was blocking him! So, once again, Uda, you are not giving Sanji a badass moment. Granted, he may have blocked the genie attack, which for some reason the genie has become even bigger now. No idea how that genie power works. As Smoothie says that it looks like we're bullying them, hope finally comes back as Wadatsumi suddenly bursts out from the ocean, destroying many fleets as it can. With that, the final reinforcements are all here, and they all intend to end this and let the Straws escape. Finally, the Sun Pirates are here, and finally they can also bring their awesome so that the Straws can escape. Because now I'm actually getting sick of all of these things. But once again, Sanji is not getting a badass moment. And once again, he is not fighting Daifuku. And once again, it seems that the Windsmokes will get away from this. Scotch-free, without any karma at all. I mean, I can understand some people's frustration with the One Piece situations right now. But I once said that this chapter wasn't necessarily bad because the Sun Pirates came back, the cake is finally delivered, Big Mom is in front of it, Morgan and Stussy has escaped, so it can promise his badass moment. It just didn't have that emotional impact that the spoilers said to me. So with that, they say the Sun Pirates are gonna help their former captain, because, well, we all know who Jinbei is gonna join. The problem is, though, will this be enough? Well, they are a legendary pirate crew, so they should be able to defeat them. But we'll see, won't we? You give me your thoughts if you have any.